Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Breaking Bad Season 1. And Season 1 first came out in 2008, and it stars Bryan Cranston, Aaron Paul, and this is a very popular show, and it's gotten it went on for 5 seasons, and then got a spin-off show, Better Call Saul, that came out a few years after Breaking Bad ended, with its 5th season. Well, I guess technically 5th season, because they split season 5 into 2 parts. So there's season 5 and the final season. And there's also a movie, El Camino, which I'll get to one day. But for now, we're going to talk about season 1. And I first came across this show just on the internet and just browsing around. I was like, oh, apparently this show's supposed to be good. I didn't really know much about it. I think I first heard about the name of the show on CinemaSins on one of their earlier videos. I don't remember which one. It just showed the title sequence, Breaking Bad, and that's always been stuck in my memory. And then one day I just came across season 1, and I was like, that's supposed to be good. I was like, okay, I'll buy it, and I watched it back in 2020, and I really loved it, and I just couldn't get enough, and I just wanted to watch more of what it had to offer. And eventually I've seen just about everything. I've seen everything except for Better Call Saul season 6. That's the only thing I haven't seen, but everything else I have seen. And I do think that this show starts out really, really strong, and it just grabs you in. Season 1 has 7 episodes, and they're all really great. They're not all perfect. There are a couple little things that stood out to me. I was like, that could have been a bit better, but for the most part, I thought it was really, really great. And before I continue, I just want to mention that this review is going to be spoiler-free. I know I probably should have said that at the beginning of the video, but now that I'm going to get a little bit more in depth, I just want to say spoiler-free for Season 1 of Breaking Bad. The rest of the seasons I am going to spoil, including season 1 of Better Call Saul when I eventually get to that. I just wanted to get everyone prepared as to what my plan is. And I just feel as though, me not spoiling season 1 will encourage you to, get into it, because I don't want to ruin the experience at all. And now I'm going to talk about the structure. And I like how not in every episode, but they always have a strong opening. They show you something that happens towards the end of the episode. But I like how that's handled in the show, because you have no reason to expect what's going to happen from that point to the actual beginning of the episode. How do we get to here? It's not predictable in any way, and everything is just presented so well, and I really love the characters, and I think the performances are great. Bryan Cranston, he's amazing in the show. He's iconic. And Aaron Paul, he's really great as well as Jesse Pinkman. And I like all the characters. I like all the introductions to the characters. They're very well established. And I also really love the character dynamics. And all of that is really great for me. And I like the music choices and how music is used, and the show has a great understanding of when not to use music, and it's never cheesy when they use music or when they choose not to use music. It's always that perfect, you made the right choice right there. And I don't really consider this a spoiler, but there are some character deaths in this show, and not one of them feels cheesy or fake. It feels very real, and everything the characters do feels natural, especially at this point in the show, as what they would do, what do they know, what don't they know, and it all made sense to me, at least. And I really love the heart of the show, and it's just Walter White slowly becoming just an evil man, and you get to see his transformation over the course of the show, and I really love exploring that and what they do with it. And I do feel as though it's also kind of about a man's ego and how far that's going to take him, and just he's just constantly being proud of things that he probably shouldn't be proud of, and like he's just doing things that even if you don't agree with, you can at the very least understand why he's doing it. Like he just feels as though he wants to be better than everyone else around him. He just wants to be like the king, basically, because he's not really proud of the life he's currently in. Like he wants out of it, and he just wants to feel alive, and all of that works very well. And I guess this is a little bit of a sad reality to say, but like I'm sure there are people that exist on this planet who are like that. Anyways, getting a little off topic, but another thing that I really love is the how like drugs are portrayed in the show. Like it just, they're not like using them as like, oh, we're just using this to get high, and that's it. Like they actually say like they use it to like take the edge off, and they literally say that in the show. And like everything that they're doing, it doesn't feel cartoonish or goofy, and it just feels like this is what they're doing, and it just feels in character with like what they would do. And there's a lot of characters in the show, and they all like feel as though they fit in this universe, and they feel real. And there aren't really any characters that I don't like, and I think all the characters are pretty well realized, and it's always engaging for me to watch, and it's very entertaining. Really great characters, great story in every episode, a really satisfying ending for season 1, and I just love just about everything about it. And the only issues I have with it are just like a couple tiny things. Like there was a point where Jesse Pinkman got hit, and in the show he has like a black eye, and his eye is also swollen. But when it happened in the show, I was thinking to myself, it didn't really look like he hit you that hard, though. He kind of just like bopped him, and all of a sudden he has like a swollen black eye. It's like, I don't know, maybe that was implied that it was supposed to be a lot harder than it actually was, but the way it was portrayed, I just didn't really believe it. And also, this is just one thing that stands out to me at this point, because I've seen this show already with my mom, and we watched it together, and I decided to watch season 1 with her because she really loves the show, and she always points this out in like movies or TV shows. Like whenever a woman is like pregnant, like she always says like, you can't do that while you're pregnant. Like sit down on a chair and like cross your legs. Like you can't do that because like your belly's getting in the way, or like something like that. And now whenever I watch movies or television, that's all I can think about now at this point. Like she also pointed that out in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like that movie had that issue. Like it doesn't ruin the movie, but it is like one thing that I can't unsee or unhear now. And I haven't really touched on the drama that's going on in this movie, because there is a lot of drama in the film, and it mostly revolves around Walter White having to deal with the fact that he has lung cancer, and there's a lot of drama that comes with that. And I really loved how that was portrayed in the show, and it really just adds so much to it. And I love how everything was portrayed. It never felt cheesy or forced. It felt natural, like just about everything. Any issue that I have with the show is pretty minor, and it's not perfect, it's not flawless, but it is really fantastic. So definitely check this show out whenever you get the chance, especially like season 1. Like I think this is one of my favorite seasons from the show, because it had such a strong intro to like this whole show in general. So I would highly recommend it. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Breaking Bad Season 1 a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Breaking Bad Season 1, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for a film that I haven't seen since I was a kid. And I've seen it quite a few times as a kid, and, now is as good a time as any to revisit this movie, and that is none other than Madagascar. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.